this record represents quite a progression from the other recordings. Some of that's because David's done so much of the writing, some of it's because we have different members, some of it's because we're older and wiser, and because we found a perfect marriage of David's music and Jimi Hendrix's music and how well those seem to complement each other.
Early on, when I was like a teenager, I never even thought that the violin I was playing since I was a kid would fit to play rock and roll. It didn't occur to me, so I started playing guitar. I had a little amp and I was noodling around on it, and I started to learn how to play blues licks. And then what happened was I just looked around me and noticed there were so many guitar players, but nobody's doing it on violin. And what Jimi was doing and what they were doing was basically taking a guitar and turning it up really loud, so it would do what? It would sustain. So you would, instead of a guitar playing a note going twang, you know, on an acoustic guitar, he would play a note and go dun, a whole world with just one note. Well, a violinist knows that if you just sustain the bow, you basically have the same idea. It's just that the ears and the mind and the sensibility has to be Hendrix instead of like Heifetz. As a violinist, you know, you're taught to read off the page, but when I heard Hendrix, that was the start of the realization that my path was going to take me a different place, and it was about getting off the page and first just playing blues and listening to him and hearing him, and of course his recording Electric Ladyland has always been a classic, and I actually got to hear Hendrix when I was 15 years old in LA at the LA Forum, and it just had a huge influence on me. I was on the road playing where Woodstock was held, and they showed us a video, and there was on the screen Jimi Hendrix, just playing so beautifully, and it just reminded me of how much I loved his music and how important his music was to me as a child and as a young teenager. I can cover more ground stylistically because I have players who can deliver on the accent of the music, like speak with the right accent when it calls for a jazz lick or a riff from Africa, or if it has a Latin American feel or Indian style or whatever I'm looking for. And then kind of find a way to transcend all those elements and tell its story as a musical language, speaking from that sensibility. And the band that the Turtle Island String Quartet, the members of the quartet, they really go with me and trust with me and work with me to help produce this, because unlike the traditional string quartet where a composer hands the music and it's played, Turtle Island, you're dealing with 4 creative, improvising, composer-minded people who also contribute their own sensibilities, so the music becomes just as much theirs as it is in the original viewpoint from the composer.